Some celebrity interviews go deeper than the interviewer or the celebrity expects, and sometimes they even end in tears. Take this 2003 interview with Britney Spears, where Diane Sawyer grilled the pop princess on the difficult year she'd had, including her recently ended relationship with Justin Timberlake.
You've had a year that would test a lot of people. Illness in the family. A breakup. This spasm of publicity about what happened from Mexico to London.
It was pretty rough. Yeah.
Britney tried to play it cool at first, but the topic hit too close to home.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Ah, weird. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello. Ew. Strong Britney. Yeah, it was a weird time. Ew. I'm embarrassed. Can we stop this?
On the other hand, Machine Gun Kelly was a little more reserved in this next interview with Radio.com, though a question about his father made him so emotional that he had to change the subject.
I think that song wrote itself as I was watching my father die in front of me. You know, like that was kind of just, if you're a musician or a songwriter, I mean, you write about pain, so I don't know what bigger pain there is other than losing, you know, like your last person that you know, that we're taught you can count on. And saying goodbye that soon, it was just all, I don't know, it's really hard for me to talk about.
Yeah.
Honest. You know, I like that I'm driving so I can be distracted, but even that, it's really hard. You know, it makes me want to.
While Machine Gun Kelly was overwhelmed talking about his father, Cole Sprouse got teary-eyed thanks to a complete stranger when a little girl thanked him for raising awareness about her health condition in the film 5 Feet Apart.
My name is Alina and I'm 9 years old and I have cystic fibrosis. I want to thank you for playing the roles of Will and Stella. This movie means a lot to me and cystic fibrosis members. Bye.
I know, that's...
But when Gina Rodriguez got emotional in an interview, it was for very different reasons, because she'd been widely criticized for comments she made during an interview with her co-star, Yara Shahidi, that were interpreted as anti-black.
You are just goals for so many young black women who just look up to
so many
you.
women.
So many women. Yeah, for women too, but for black women, we need people on a whole nother level. How does that feel for you to be so young and just be like a role model for someone?
Some viewers weren't happy with Rodriguez's interruption, claiming she was trying to downplay the importance of black representation, and she confronted the backlash in an emotional interview with Sway in the Morning in 2019.
The backlash was devastating, to say the least, because
Take your time with it, Gina.
Because the black community was the only community I looked towards. Growing up, we didn't have many Latino shows, and the black community made me feel like I was seen. So that was really devastating to me. And I know my heart. I know what I meant. And I really wish that we weren't living in a culture where we're clickbait, because I've never said anything controversial about anybody.
Now, Taylor Swift is known for singing about her love life, but that doesn't mean she wants to talk about it, which the world learned when she went on The Ellen Show in 2013, and Ellen DeGeneres wanted to know exactly who Taylor's latest single was about.
All right, let's talk about your #1 hit, We Are Never, Ever, 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 Ever Gonna Get Back Together. Who's that about? Here's what I'll do. You don't have to say. I'm gonna show pictures. Here's a bell, and you ring it when...
Oh my God.
All right? We'll show pictures.
I don't know if I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, you will.
I don't know what I'm...
You're supposed to ring...
But I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right, I'll ring...
Because they'll send me angry emails and I don't want to get them.
I'll hold it for you.
But the game was a little too much for Taylor, leading to this frustrated outburst.
Okay, all right. Right.
This makes me feel so bad about myself. Every time I come up here, you put like a different dude up there on the screen. And it just makes me really question like what I stand for as a human being. There's never been 2 guys on the screen 2 visits in a row. It's sad.
Taylor's reaction wasn't entirely serious, but the same can't be said for comedian Tracy Morgan, who appeared on The Today Show in 2015, and his first public appearance following a fatal car crash that killed his friend and fellow comedian James McNair.
The pain is always going to be there for Jimmy Mack. You know, he's a close friend of mine, a comrade in comedy, and he was a loving man, and he was a warm man.
It's okay, baby.
He was a good man. It just hurts me to see that he's gone. That's it.
I
don't remember the accident. I just remember when I came through, Megan, my fiance, was right there, my son was right there, and Mark was right there, and Ben was right there, and that's basically what I remember.
Meanwhile, actress Lupita Nyong'o teared up during an interview about her role in the 2013 film 12 Years a Slave, when she described how acting in certain scenes gave her more perspective on her character, who is based on a real enslaved woman.
My discomfort was temporary, and Patsy's wasn't. And it still makes me cry. And I had been given this privilege to bring her back to life, and it just quietened my soul and prepared me for the next day's work.
Oh, Lupita, don't do this to me.
You're the one doing it to me. Patsy had to live in the present moment because she had a master that was volatile and dangerous. So she had to be prepared for anything at any time. And that lesson, living in the moment, was just reinforced.
And Vin Diesel had to deal with several uncomfortable interviews after his close friend and Fast and the Furious co-star, Paul Walker, tragically passed away. In an interview with WGN, he had to take a moment when the Fast and the Furious cast was mentioned.
You guys are really a special unit of people who care about each other.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, the love after all of these years that you hold for each other. Friendship. You want to stop for a second? Yeah, go ahead.
While he didn't have to leave his chair when Jonathan Ross asked him about his late friend, Vin was clearly still fighting back tears, resulting in this powerful moment in front of the audience.
Yeah, we lost my brother Pablo while we were filming Seven. Made for a very hard time to finish filming that movie. But the relationships in that franchise are so strong, and the brotherhood so real, that it transcends the experience of making the movie. And you spend 15 years going from being a nobody to somebody with a brother. And then one day he's gone. I know you all suffered loss before. I know you know what I mean.
Even if there's no real-life tragedy, leaving your castmates at the end of filming can be a struggle, as Jonathan Banks explained in a reunion interview with the cast of Breaking Bad.
And it is painful by the time you get to the end of this couch to be with you guys. Me, what the is this? I don't know where that came from. But I was walking around a lot going, where is everybody? Aren't they going to come from around the corner? I didn't know I was going to do this. Oh, I haven't had enough sleep. That's probably what it is, y'all.
The music industry was rocked by the passing of rapper Mac Miller, but of course his friends were hit hardest, as shown in Schoolboy Q's 2019 interview with Charlemagne the God.
Now, you pushed Crash Talk back last year because of the passing of the good brother Mac Miller, and you've not spoken on it publicly at all. Did you push it back because you were grieving?
Yeah, that Mac to this day, I don't understand how I can't call my more like.
The rapper was so overcome that he had to walk away from the camera for a moment to compose himself.
Man, that's my bro. I got memories with that. Like, I can never write a song. Man, I don't even know if I want to put that in the thing now, man.
That's up to you. I get it.
I don't want to look like I'm like exploiting the situation.
Man,
got
you
an
ain't
album out,
exploiting
and I'm
nothing.
like crying.
Let me tell you what I respect about you. You haven't even spoken about the situation, not even on social media. I saw when you flipped out on everybody because you was like, man, I grieve in real life.
Just 2 years later, Andrew Garfield would be asked a similar question about grief on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and he responded beautifully.
I know that you yourself have suffered great grief just recently with the loss of your mother, and I'm sorry for your family's loss.
Thank you.
And I'm wondering how doing this show or any show, how art itself helps you deal with grief.
Yeah. I love talking about it, by the way. So if I cry, it's only like, it's only a beautiful thing. This is all the unexpressed love, right? The grief that will remain with us, you know, until we pass, because we never get enough time with each other, right? I hope this grief stays with me because it's all the unexpressed love that I didn't get to tell her. And I told her every day, we all told her every day. She was the best of us.
In another late-night show appearance, Selena Gomez was almost brought to tears on The Graham Norton Show after comedian Miranda Hart shared how Selena's health issues had inspired her to be open about her own struggles.
And I have to say, it's extraordinary that I'm on the show with Selena because it makes me quite emotional. Because when I saw your documentary on Apple about your illness struggles, I was thinking, do I share? You know, is this something I should do? And I watched your documentary and I just thought, absolutely yes, and that's what kept me writing. So the fact that I'm on the show with you, honestly, it's extraordinary.
Will Smith, too, has had his fair share of emotional moments in public, but few were as touching as this one from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion, when the cast paid tribute to their deceased co-star, James Avery.
Trust me, Will, I know it doesn't feel like it right now. But what they say is true. Winning really isn't everything.
Look, Uncle Phil, I just don't want you to think that I'm that same stupid kid I was when I first moved out here. I love you, Uncle Phil, and I just don't want to lose you, you know, any of you.
You're not gonna lose us. You are my son, Will. End of story.
The Fresh Prince cast members weren't the only ones to get emotional in a group interview, though. When the cast of A Star Is Born spoke to ABC News in 2018, interviewer Adrienne Banker did some background research that brought both Anthony Ramos and Lady Gaga to tears.
Newcomer Anthony Ramos tearfully shares what brought him to this mile-high moment, his high school drama teacher.
She changed your life.
Changed my life. Yeah. I grew up in the projects, yo. Virtually, I had no chance. And I had this woman that said, I'm not giving up on you. Ever.
Meanwhile, Rihanna had to face the public on her own during a 2012 interview with Oprah, where she finally opened up about her relationship with rapper Chris Brown and the domestic abuse incident that shook the entertainment world.
The early morning hours of February 8, 2009, Chris Brown and Rihanna left Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy party. According to police reports, while driving home, the two got into a heated argument, which escalated into a vicious and violent attack.
It happened to me. And it happened to me in front of the world. It was embarrassing, it was humiliating, it was hurtful. You know, it's not easy. I lost my best friend. Like, everything I knew switched in a night. And I couldn't control that.
Moment, I would have never thought that. You just shocked me. Because in that moment, I would have never thought that what you were thinking about is protecting him.
But few celebrity interviews were as emotional as this moment, when Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman talked about a connection he had made with two young fans who had terminal cancer.
Two little kids, Ian and Taylor, who recently passed from cancer. And throughout our filming, I was communicating with them, knowing that they were both terminal.
What the public didn't know at the time was that Chadwick was privately dealing with his own cancer diagnosis and would pass away just 2 years later, adding another element of tragedy to this interview.
Just to experience those two little boys' anticipation of this movie, and when I found out that they... Yeah, it means a lot.
Another celebrity passing that shocked the world was that of Matthew Perry, star of the hit 90s sitcom Friends. And when his co-star Jennifer Aniston was asked what it was like to rewatch Friends less than 1 year after his passing, she couldn't hold back her tears.
Oh God, don't make me cry.
I won't. We won't make each other cry.
Okay.
But you're already crying. Do you want a minute? We don't have to talk about.
No, sorry, I just started thinking about.
I know. Yeah. Are you sure? We don't have to really.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
It's a happy tears.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey.